see you where you been. I could show you incredible things. Magic, madness, heaven, sin. Saw you there and I thought, oh my god, look at that face. You look like my next mistake. Love's a game, wanna play.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a makeup tutorial. First, I'm going to start off with my Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturizer. This is going to make sure that our face stays on all night, and since it's the winter months, I definitely need some of this because my skin is really dry. Then I'm going to go ahead and take some concealer with a flat definer brush and just apply that underneath my brows so we can go ahead and fill in those brows. I will link my full brow tutorial down below for you guys because I'm just going to go through this really fast because I do it the same every single time. So I'm just going to take a light brow powder from the Anastasia Brow Duo, and I'm just going to apply that to my brows. Lately I've been using this method because I feel like it works so much better and it looks really nice and natural on my brows. Then I'm going to go ahead and blend out that concealer underneath our eyes and give us a nice sharp edge. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my MAC paint pot in Paint Jelly and apply that to my eyelids. This is going to make sure that our eyeshadows stay on all day and that they don't crease, especially since we're using a pigment. We definitely don't want any flakes or crease to go on, and then it's also going to bring out the colors a little bit more. So I'm going to be using two different palettes. I'm going to be using my Stila palette and then my Anastasia palette. So I'm taking this cream color from the Stila palette, my bad, and I'm just going to apply that. This is kind of like setting our primer so it's easier to blend out the crease colors and everything else. And then I'm going to go ahead and take Hoola Bronzer and I'm going to apply this to my crease. I wanted a really nice natural warm toned bronzer, but I couldn't find one that didn't have any shimmer in it, so I thought Hoola Bronzer was the best way to go. So I'm just applying that with a BH Cosmetics blending brush, and I'm just blending that into my crease in no way like technique or anything, just blending it out. Then I'm going to take the color Bengal from the Tamanna palette and I'm just going to apply this to the crease as well. We're not doing any wing liner today, so it's just going to be a rounded eye look because it's no sharp edges or anything. I'm just applying that to both of my eyes and into the crease with that same brush. The only thing I don't like about this color is that it does have shimmer in it, and I personally am not a fan of putting shimmer into the crease. Now I forgot to show a color of the brown that I'm using, but I just replayed the clip. So I'm taking the color Chocolate from that same Tamanna palette and I'm just applying that with a kind of like a blending brush. It's a MAC 217 brush, and I'm just applying that to the outer corners of my eyes, and then I'm actually going to blend that into my lid as well. I'm just taking that and moving it all over my lid because I want this to be a really nice warm brown look, and I figured why not just add it to the lid as well. So I'm just blending that out in no like technique way, just blending it until it looks really nice and soft and until you can't tell there's any harsh lines or anything. And I just repeatedly do that for a really long time, to be honest with you. Then I'm taking a fluffy brush again, and I'm actually taking an orange color from that Stila palette, and I'm just blending it into my crease. Once again, I forgot to show it. I just was so caught up in the music and everything, so I forgot to show it, but I'm just using that, and I'm lightly putting that into the crease to give it a little bit more warmth and everything. I thought the orange looked amazing with this look, so I figured, hey, why not just go for it? So I'm just placing that in the crease with that same blending brush that we've been using the entire time. So the star of the show is MAC's Blue Brown Pigment, and I'm using the Beauty Genius waterproofing gel from Anastasia, and I'm just placing that onto my lid area, and that's going to prep us for using this pigment to make sure that it stays on and everything. This does move around eyeshadow a little bit, but what can you do? Then I'm just taking that pigment and putting it on top of that, and this pigment is so gorgeous, and I've been wanting to do a tutorial with this for a really long time, but I just haven't got around to it, and I didn't really know what to do with it, but I finally found the perfect look for it, and I want to wear this all the time. Like, I cannot tell you how much I am in love with this look. So I'm just taking a really small flat brush and I'm just packing that on. You want to make sure that you don't rub back and forth because actually it will change the color of the pigment, and then on top of that it'll spread all over and you'll get really creasy in your eyelids because of that waterproofing gel. So after I put that on, I went back in with just a dry brush and I just patted it down just to make sure that it's set and everything. And then I went kind of in the crease a little bit with this brush and on the outer V just to make sure that it is nice and blended out. And of course this is not a blending brush, but it did the job and it set everything down. So I did that on both of my eyes, and as you can see, the outer corner look a lot more brown than the inner, which is perfect. So then I'm going in with this fluffy brush and I'm taking a little bit more of that chocolate color and I'm just placing that on the outer parts of my eye just to give it a little bit more depth, and you can already see that this is looking so good and I love the way this looks. Taking that blending brush again, I'm just blending out the edges a little bit more. I don't remember if I used any product. I don't think I did. Okay, maybe I did. But I think I just used a little bit of Hoola Bronzer and just blended out that edge. I can't remember exactly what I used, but I'm pretty sure it's Hoola. Then I'm taking a makeup wipe and I'm just going to go ahead and take out any fallout that fell onto my cheeks. And then I'm going to be cleaning up those edges just because we're not using any liner, so we want to make sure it's kind of rounded and not like too sharp and too pointed. So starting with the face, I'm going to be using my Benefit Porefessional. This is my all-time favorite primer, and I'm just placing that all over my face. You guys know I use this every single video, so you guys know the drill of my foundation routine. So just placing it in all the places where I think I would get a little bit oily, so this is going to help control that. For foundation, I'm using my Makeup Forever HD Foundation, which is my all-time favorite foundation. It looks so flawless, and I finally found a color that matches me, so I'm pretty pumped about that. And I'm just taking that on a round kabuki brush and just placing that all over my face because this is my favorite method of applying it besides using a beauty blender. So here it is. This is my foundation routine lately. I've just been putting some primer on and using this foundation just because it matches me so good, and since I'm really pale right now, this is like the perfect match for me. I used to be really dark, you guys, really dark. Then I'm taking my NARS concealer, and I haven't used this in a really, really long time, and I forgot how thick it is. So I just placed that all over underneath my eyes, just like that, in a triangular motion. And then I placed it on my forehead and down my nose and on my chin, around the edges of my mouth, and I believe I did it around the corners of my nose as well. This makes me look so pale. I cannot believe how pale I look. I've never looked this white in my life. Not that white's bad or anything, but I haven't looked this light in forever, so maybe it's just the lighting, I'm hoping, but I looked so pale after I'm done with this. I'm taking that on I think it's an I can't even remember for the life of me what this brush is called. I want to say it's a small concealer brush. I don't even know, you guys. I will list it down below for you guys. But this brush is really good for blending out that concealer and for making everything go on flawlessly. And I absolutely love it for concealer and for powder and just pretty much everything. So I'm just blending that out underneath my eyes and everywhere else. So next I'm going to contour, and I'm using these two colors from the Anastasia Contour Kit, and let me tell you, I went a little crazy with the contour today, so you will see that in a second. So I'm just taking those two colors and blending that into the hollows of my cheek with a MAC blush brush, and I'm just basically contouring. This is how I contour, so you guys will see that in a second. I went back and did a second layer of this, and it looked so intense, and I actually really loved it. So here's that second layer, and I'm just building that up to give us a really nice strong contour. I thought that this look deserved a nice, well contoured face. Then I'm going to go ahead and take that above my temples and around just the base of my head, just because I wanted it to be a little bit more bronzy, because I felt like all of that foundation and concealer really just whited out my skin and just made me look really pale. So here we go. Then I'm taking the banana shade from that same palette, and I'm going to be placing that underneath my eyes to set that concealer and to also highlight just a little bit more. Not that I need any more. Then I'm taking the chocolate color from that Tamanna palette, and I'm just placing that underneath my eyes with a small little shader brush, and I'm just blending that out to give us a nice warm smoky look, which I absolutely love. Doing the same thing to the other eye. You want to make sure when you're blending out the lower lash line that you really get a nice fluffy brush to blend out all of that, because it can look a little bit harsh, but if you know how to blend it out, then you should be good. So the lashes that I'm using today are from EyeWearLashes company, and these are in the these are in the style Isis. I cannot talk today. So first I'm just going to be curling my eyelashes and applying a coat of mascara. This is the Loreal Teloscopic mascara, and I recently picked this up and I've been loving it. So that's what I'm doing. Then I'm going to apply those lashes. And that's pretty much it. If you guys want to see a how-to lashes video, let me know down in the comments below, or give this video a huge thumbs up, because I have a lot of people asking me how to apply lashes and how I've gotten used to them and everything. So let me know down in the comments below if that's something you guys would want to see. So I'm just placing some clear lash glue and then I'm adjusting them onto my eyes. So for a brow bone highlight, I'm using MAC Shroom. I totally didn't point out it in that clip, but hey. So I'm just using that on my brow bone. I love using Shroom as a highlight. And then I'm also using that as an inner corner highlight, because you cannot go wrong with a bright inner corner eye. You just cannot go wrong. I'm applying a coat of mascara to my bottom lashes, and I'm really digging how my lashes came out this day with this mascara. So props to the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara. You did the job. You did it. For blush, I'm using MAC's Harmony Blush, but when don't I? So this is my all-time favorite blush from MAC. It just gives me a really nice pinky, rosy blush, and it just really blends in with my contour, which I absolutely love. So I'm just placing that on my cheekbones because I love it, and I'm just using a stippling brush because it really gives us a nice flawless look while blending everything together. Then I'm going to set my brows with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, which is amazing, might I say. I need to get some more. I'm getting low here. Alright, now we're going to start the lips. So I'm just taking that same concealer brush that I used earlier, and I'm just going to place that all over my lips to kind of just block them out and block out the color. I believe I applied a lipstick before and I wasn't recording, so I had to do this again. So the lip liner that I'm using is MAC's Mahogany Lip Liner. It's a very deep brown red. I don't even know how to explain it. It's a mahogany color, so I don't even know. I'm just placing that on my lips just underneath. This is just going to help the lipstick that we're using stand out just a little bit better, which I absolutely loved, and them together make an amazing pair. So this lipstick is Mochalicious by Wet n Wild, one of my absolute favorites for fall. I think it looks so good on its own and looks even better on top of this lip liner. I'm obsessed with this combination, so this is what I use, and I'm just in love with it. I think it pulled this whole entire look together. It just, so in love with it. Then I'm going to go in with that flat brush and just clean up the edges of my lips. This is the key to a perfect lip, is cleaning up those edges. You want to make sure that you use your foundation, because if you use a concealer too light, you will definitely notice it. For a highlight, I'm going to use Benefit's What's Up, which is my absolute champagne-y favorite highlighter, and I'm just in love with it. And I'm just using a stippling brush to put that on because I didn't feel like using my fingers that time. And I just put it on my cheekbones, down my nose. Alright you guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave your video requests down below. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!
Been waiting all year, and here's where I land. I'm center stage with you, all eyes where you stand. It's been a long year,